You like to be a teacher?
No,
Why?
because teachers give more and then at the end of the day they get less. They are not regarded in the ranking of jobs in the society. Like teachers are supposed to be ranked higher, but in this our society they go beneath, and that's not nice.
Actually, the truth is bitter. They are not trying. The salary is too poor. Yeah, the teacher salary are poor due to the standard of the country. I don't know what the government will take about the payment of teachers. My word for the government are to do the needful, because paying the teachers well encourage them to do more for the students.
A noble profession, many believe it to be one that gives the most time after closing hours, while many are pushed by passion to join others for lack of an immediate job, or do just decided to mark their time and wait for better opportunities.
When we reach here, before we get what we get good pay. One, when we are seeing others are enjoying themselves, other agencies and this thing, we are role model. We train everybody, including the presidents. Everybody we train them. But to be candid, teaching, I personally, I will not encourage my own child to be a teacher. But Nigeria, we are built on falsehood. Our leaders have been traveling. They have seen how teachers are being taken in this. You don't expect a teacher to come to the class when he is hungry. He is thinking of his financial problem at home. You don't pay him very well. He will teach a child, tomorrow the child will become somebody. And he will not become. Do you know that it has reached a level in this country, even if you want to marry as a teacher, they are not going to give you wife. Because they know your salary is not. So to be candid, when they were saying that there are no teachers, there are no this one, there are teachers. But what is the encouragement? So when you talk of salary, my brother, teacher salary scale, it has not been implemented up to now. They promise us. There are nothing like teacher's salary scale. So we thank God as we are healthy, but when you talk of salary, it's poor. It's poor. I can say it anywhere. As for me, the government knows what to do. Honestly, they know what to do. I cannot say that. They can only pretend. As I told you earlier, Nigeria, we are built on falsehood. Things are not good. Things are not okay, but we pretend to be okay. This is my personal opinion. As you assess me, you ask me about salary. No, nothing like that. Nothing good in it. But like I said, we thank God. But the problem is that our leaders should know there will be a day of accountability. All these things that we are getting is material world. We will stand before our Creator and give account of every single thing that we have done. Me, I don't have problem. I'm almost retired. How many years is meant for me? When a teacher retired, you need to see those that have retired. Before you are entitled to this 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. What will you be eating? Nothing. So, my brother, I'm teaching. We have found ourselves in. We are committed. And me personally, I do my job. As you can see, I'm in this school. Nobody comes to this school before me. Before 7 o'clock, I'm in the school. 6. If you see today, I came to the school 6:49. I was already in the school. I like the job, but there's no encouragement. That is all. But teaching is a good profession. I like it. But our government, our leaders are not helping with this. Because we are passing through teachers. Even if you go to the office, the way they look at you, the way they talk to you. But we mold everybody. We are nation builders.
For university graduates in Nigeria, the teaching profession is considered a waiting ground. Graduates often view teaching as an unattractive career option due to perceived low salaries and limited financial growth opportunities. The starting salary for teachers in Nigeria is around 50 to 100,000 naira per month, which is relatively low compared to other professions.
First of all, teaching profession is a noble profession. Without doubt, it is a profession that people should really indulge in, given that it inspires our children to do better. But because of the circumstances Nigerians find themselves in, and the fact that teaching job is not as profitable as it should be, so many people don't like it. And myself, I'm fortunate enough to be a teacher for the meantime, and I like the idea of teaching and impacting the knowledge both morally and academically. But I don't intend to continue because the remuneration is poor, and even if I'm to continue in the field of teaching, I'm hoping to go tertiary to teach higher students. I mean university level. At least lecturers get paid better when they are not on strike, of course. Government itself, we should start from the monies that are budgeted at the national levels. I'm speaking the Senate houses and the House of Reps. If we have people there that are making policies that are followed up, it is the following up that is the most essential part, because I know that their budgets are made every year. Big monies are being called in different currencies that are allocated to different ministries, including the Ministry of Education. But at the end of the day, I teach in a government school presently, and some of these classes don't have very good sitting, comfortable environments for learning. At least the school is trying, but these students don't have good textbooks. They don't have different things that can keep them, abreast with what is happening now and the educational level of those in primary schools. So if only the education sector is being followed up as it should be, I mean, this can even go down to the teachers in those government schools, because when the government is not following up, even the teachers will not be doing their jobs well. They will just be complaining about their payments and how it's poor, how it's not coming on time, and they don't even go to their workplace as they should go. I know teachers that only show up once in 2 weeks, and I mean, I don't know where they drop their consciences, but they do it. Maybe they have other businesses, which is, you can't really blame them. They are trying to keep up with the economy. If they go to that school every single day and they don't try to spread their wings in other places, how will their families feed?
Sonye anyị n'ileba anya na ọtụtụ mpụ na nrụrụ aka jupụtara na ụlọ akwụkwọ gọọmenti ndị nọ n'isi obodo Naijiria bụ Abuja, tụmadụ ka o si metụta mmụta na agụmakwụkwọ n'ogo dịgasị iche iche n'ebe ụmụntakịrị nwoke na nwaanyị nọ, ndị ntorobịa, ụmụ nwaanyị tinyekwara ndị nwere nkwarụ. Sonye ihe emereme Leaves and Worms na AD for TV Radio, ebe a na-eleba anya ma na-atụgharị atụmatụ gọọmenti dịgasị iche iche ka o siri metụta isiokwu a akpụ n'ọnụ. Na-esonyere anyị n'ihe emereme akwa izu ụka ọbụla n'akara mgbasa ozi anyị niile. Ọ bụ AD for TV Radio na njikọ aka Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism tinyekwara MacArthur Foundation kwadoro ma hụ maka nke a.
We love AD for TV Radio.
Lack of job security and stability also deters graduates. Teaching jobs are often affected by government policies, budget cuts, and political instability, experts say.
So for me, I've passed through all from primary school, nursery, secondary, and also my first degree. And I would say one of the best practitioners, or I don't know what word should I use, the teachers, because whoever you see that is doing well in this country, they were all from these institutions, from the nursery, primary, secondary school. So it's a very important aspect of our society, which we shouldn't take for granted. So now that boils down to our government. You have an external force trying to pump in something to the system. But when your government, or our government as it were, are not aligned with the same, if you look at the outside climates, you might, countries like Ireland, countries like the UK, you see how the educational systems are bubbling because the government has made it a very, very comfortable system for them. So I think we shouldn't focus on the UNESCO, we should focus on our government. We should focus on the systems they've put in place to accommodate those funds coming in. Then when there are systems in place to encourage this, now a teacher, if you see a young man saying he wants to be a teacher, it's because he has passion for it. And in nowadays, passion is not only passion that keeps you going. Sincerely, you must, at least there must be an encouragement for your passion. You can't be serving 35 years and what you could show for it is just a suit that is almost worn out or tattered, right? So there must be a system. That's why the first things first, the government should come back to the basics. For you to bring a very, very fantastic idea, strategy concerning the educational system, first of all, you need to come and hear from them, do a stakeholder engagement to hear the thoughts from these teachers, to hear the thoughts from these educators, and also have a means of supporting them situations where they finished 35 years and they're not paid gratuity. So people have passion, but when there's no support system, they tend to, that's why the data is saying people don't want to go into teaching again. It's just the system.
Working for up to 65 years. If you work for 60 years and retire, remember that for you to get to 65 years or 35 years in service, you have been a director, assistant director, or deputy director. I believe 60 years when you retire, that position you are occupying are the position that one director can employ like 5 or 6 graduates. So the more you occupy that position, the more unemployment we have. So I believe they should repackage the motivation for the teaching profession instead of emphasizing much on 65 years that people are jubilated.
And what I think about my teachers, they are doing their best in school, in educating us and leading us in the right paths. Most times when we go home, especially those staying with their guidance, most of the things we go through, we just come to school, we have teachers we can actually talk to, teachers that can actually remind us that we're important, remind us that we are valued, like teachers that even in the class when they are teaching, the things they teach us, like it can, convince us, advise us, calm us down for our mental health. So they are really doing, and they are teaching, they are like a teacher that you can easily get access to.
Limited career progression and professional development opportunities are another concern, as some teachers feel stuck in their roles without opportunities for advancement. The teaching profession is often seen as undervalued and unappreciated. Teachers' contributions are frequently overlooked at their work.
I do, because I was once a private teacher before. And I also find out that I don't know why people of nowadays hate teaching. Maybe thinking that it's not a kind of lucrative job where we'll earn much. But teaching, to me, is something very important. At least you are like giving a kind of positive impact to the society, in such a way that you are helping your upcoming ones or your junior ones, to benefit from the little knowledge you may have. So in this way, I can say teaching is very important job and also beneficial to everyone. There is need for government to focus or give more focus on teaching, since that is the grassroots from where everyone was started. Anybody that you see in government, be it in whatever sector, he starts from school. So as a result of that, there's need for government to give too much importance on education.
Societal perception plays a significant role. Teaching is sometimes viewed as the last resort or a job for those who can secure better employment. Graduates may prefer industries with better working conditions, modern facilities and technology. Many schools in Nigeria lack basic infrastructure, making teaching challenging.
In my own perspective, teaching is supposed to be the first priority for all the students, even though not all the students, all the corpus, but due to, let me say, low paying or low equipment, and that is why people don't want to choose the teaching. Government are not paying there very well, and then the equipment that teachers use is very poor. In Nigeria, especially in Nigeria, Some of them, I think it's supposed to be high famous that they using the board. Supposed to have system to use it maybe to teach the children and the children all the things. And then the management of the poor management of education, like example, the classes. Some of teachers using the chair is not cool, it's not well trained well. And then there are people I don't know how that is there where teacher they are teach the presidents, lawyer, all those people that are being in a position, the teacher that teach them how to be successful in any skill in their professional. But they're supposed to pay teacher well and then give them good accommodation, may encourage them by the supporting them by maybe let me say equipment.
Teaching requires significant emotional investment, high stress levels, and long working hours. Graduates may seek less demanding careers in instances like these.
Ku kasance tare da mu yayin da muke tattaunawa kan yadda matsalolin cin hanci da rashawa ya dabaibaye ingancin ilimi a makarantun gwamnati da ke birnin tarayya Abuja da ma Najeriya a matakan ilimi daban-daban, tasirin ilimin ga 'ya'ya mata da maza da ma masu bukata ta musamman, mata da matasa ma ba a bar su a baya ba. Kasance da kafar AD4 TV Radio don ilmantuwa kan manufofin gwamnati, tsare-tsare da ma yadda matakan aiwatar da su ke tasiri ko akasin haka. Yin tankaɗe da riraya na daga cikin abubuwan da muke baiwa muhimmanci. Ku tabbatar kun kasance da tashar mu ta AD4 TV Radio a kowane mako don sauraron wannan shirin. Bisa ɗaukar nauyin AD4 TV Radio da cibiyar Wole Soyinka da ke tallafawa binciken injin da tallafawar gidauniyar Makata.
For anything somebody is doing, first instance is that someone is actually looking at the income that thing is going to generate. If you look at Nigeria, the way Nigeria is, we have very few schools that pay very, very well. And for you to get to those schools, you know that you must have studied very, very well to do that. So first, you look at income in Nigeria, and what teachers are paid in Nigeria is actually not encouraging. So that's one reason why I would not like teaching. Then also again, the educational sector is shaking, is collapsing. The Ministry of Education is neglecting so many things. In terms of infrastructure for school students, there are so many things teachers want to teach. The syllables, they have a lot of things in their curriculum, but these educational structures are not being provided. Some of the things that teachers need in the laboratory to teach some students, they are not there. So for instance, maybe I'm in a school where I'm taking biology. I'll have to go to another school to take some practicals for my students, and that alone is actually going to discourage me, to even discourage the students too.
Alternative careers in private sector often bring better benefits, bonuses, and allowances, which teaching jobs typically lack.
Well, Federal Capital Territory is an urban area where education is very high and students are living up to expectations in their daily studies. But I believe the government has a lot to do in order to encourage education, not really in FCT but Nigeria in general, because there's a saying that says if education is expensive, then you try ignorance. Actually, the money for teachers' salary in Nigeria is very poor. I must confess to you, because teachers are the forerunners of education in Nigeria, not really in Nigeria per se, but in the world entirely. All the big men, all the prominent people in the country, they are all being taught by teachers. So I think teachers are supposed to have a very good salary in order to make them enhance the standard of education for youths, more especially the less privileged ones. So I think salary of the teachers in Nigeria is not anything to write about. I think the government has to put more modalities in places. I think all hands should be on deck in the aspect of paying teachers good salary, so that they will have something good to take back home at the end of the day.
The education sector's bureaucracy and red tape are also factors frustrating graduates. For many, the decision-making processes some people perceive as usually slow, coupled with innovation that is stifled.
The government itself, we should start from the monies that are budgeted at the national levels. I'm speaking the Senate houses and the House of Reps. If we have people there that are making policies that are followed up, it is the following up that is the most essential part, because I know that their budgets are made every year. Big monies are being called in different currencies that are allocated to different ministries, including the Ministry of Education. But at the end of the day, I teach in a government school presently, and some of these classes don't have very good sitting, comfortable environments for learning.
If you impact in the lives of these children, your reward is not in heaven. It starts from here.
What do you want?
It starts from here. I have been in the profession for 13 years now. I meet students that I taught in my former school that I told in the big school where I started from, and they render assistance. When I get to the bank, if they are the ones on the, I don't waste time to get attended to. I don't waste time to get attended to. So I have already started receiving my reward here on earth. Even the parents of the students I teach, they know me by my name. And whenever they see me, they give me any assistance I need. Maybe because of the impact I've made in the lives of their children. I don't know, but I have started receiving my own reward here on earth. Then concerning the 40 years and 65 years, it depends on when you join the service. Somebody like me, I joined the service after 7 years of graduation. I spent 7 years in the private sector before I was able to secure the government job. So if you add 40 years to my age, I would have been by that 65 or 67 before the retirement age. So whichever way, if the person is strong, like the government said, you have to do tests to show that you're physically fit before you can continue the extra 5 years. If not, you retire and go into other things.
But would you want to do that kind of retirement?
No.
Why?
Why? Because Nigeria is a dynamic society. I would want to diversify, owing to the fact that the economy is not stable. The salary is not enough to take care of the needs and the challenges we face. Okay, come to think of it, a level 12 officer takes home 120,000 naira per month. Meanwhile, a bag of rice currently is 104,000. So you buy a bag of rice, and the balance you have in your hand is how much now? 120 minus 104 is, it is well, it's 16,000. Now my transfer from my home of residence to my school where I work is 700 going, 700 coming. That is 1/4 to and fro every day. 1/4 multiplied by 5 gives us 7,000. 7,000 multiplied by 4 gives us 28,000. So in a month, I spend 28,000 on transport. If I deduct 28,000 from my salary of 120, I don't think I have much left to spend on. So I would want to diversify, especially for the months that we have holiday. And I'm thinking of taking on online lessons to educate children more. But that one will be for people that are already in the city, that have access to laptops, palm tops, and what have you. But people in the village, we need to be there physically to attend to them. So I want to diversify into online teaching. Okay.
Well, if you can ask my students, I'm not their teacher, as I've always told them. I'm their mother, I'm their sister, I am their auntie, and I'm their best friend. So if I remove being a teacher aside, I'll be able to, so that I will be able to communicate effectively with them and make them comfortable. So I've done a lot out of my way as just teaching them, which I don't think is okay if I say it, but I've done more than I should do as their teacher.
And that is capital intensive?
Yes.
It tells on your pocket, because sometimes you have to go out of your way to remove money to...
Yes.
And then the salary is... And the salary is enough for you to be doing more, or you just have to just...
Like I said formerly, salary has never been enough for anybody, except if you are stealing. There is this test for more for all of us that are Nigerians. For a human being, you always crave for more things. And I will still repeat, all of us are Oliver Twist in our own different ways. I can't say it's enough, because the salary being paid cannot give me house rent and then take care of my clothing, take care of my feeding, take care of all the necessary things I need. And then I may have hospital bills and other bills to settle, and I have children. So you see, the salary is definitely not enough.
First of all, I love teaching. That is one thing. I would love to become a teacher, because I feel like with teaching job, you can be able to shape the minds of people. You can be able to impact on the coming generation, train people who will be societal models who will be very positive to the society.
Why?
Not because I think it's a bad profession, no, but it's not just my thing. It's not something I want to do. I have other plans for when I graduate, so that's it basically.
I don't really think teachers are being paid well compared to other sectors. And there's this saying that teachers' reward are in heaven, so I don't really think teachers are being paid well.
The society, because one, they are the pace setters of the society. Every leader, every minister you see today in the country was trained by a teacher, be it from the local school, government school, private school. So teachers can train you, can either make you or mar you. That is why they are very important in the society, because they train future leaders.
It can be such a rewarding and noble job. It's all about shaping minds and inspiring other friends in students' life. So, and there is something really special about sharing knowledge and watching other grow. Okay.
Some limiting factors in teaching may include poor working conditions like lack of basic infrastructures, low salaries, and heavy workload.
I actually love to be a teacher because I would want to impact into the life of other people positively, to like imbibe in them good morals and stuff.
Nigeria's education system faces numerous challenges, including inadequate funding, outdated curricula, and poor infrastructure. Graduates are likely to feel overwhelmed by these systematic issues. For these reasons, graduates may prioritize careers with global opportunities and recognition, when teaching is often viewed as localized and limiting international prospects. These factors contribute to graduate reluctance to pursue teaching careers. Addressing these concerns can help revitalize the teaching profession and attract talented individuals, experts say.